that you've got a lot of buyers, new terminology that I haven't heard before, participating in this activity is a real big educational thing. So I think education and awareness is the biggest thing I got out of this.
North of 285, between 75 and 85, 43% of those engaged with child sex trafficking live in that area of Atlanta.
To the extent you think it doesn't occur or seldom occurs, it occurs all too often.
And I come to put a face to it. All of my pimps are from Atlanta. I am a survivor of trafficking. I was taken so much to Birmingham that it became home. I was beat up on a corner a couple of streets down and left for dead. At 16 years old, I was arrested for the first time for prostitution in Atlanta, taken to the jail, booked into the jail, and raped by the officer who took me to the mattress room.
There's a common thread between domestic violence, campus rape, and sex trafficking. You know, in all three areas, if the guys and their children are not taught to respect women, then that's what happens. It's just totally unacceptable to buy a child for sex. So it's trendy as far as people paying attention to it, but as long as the demand exists, we need to continue to spend our energy and time in this area.
Every day, we have passing right outside of my office kids who are at some of the lowest points in their lives. They are experiencing things that, by the grace of God, I have never had to go through. There's no system in place in that worst moment in their life to ask them, are you a victim of abuse? And so we said, well, we just got to do that.
The problem is just the covert nature of the issue. This isn't happening on the streets. It's not something that you can drive through downtown Atlanta and necessarily point out all the time. This is something that's happening over the internet. And so profiling these children, profiling the buyers is more difficult, and we have to take a different approach in order to do it.
The temperature of the nation and hopefully our city is we have talked about it. Now we've got to find the way to end it.
When the police get these victims, it's important that you provide them the opportunity to get their lives back, that you provide them the trust and caring environment to once again be productive rather than to run away and go right back into, as they call it, the life.
We forget that the driver of the problem is the buyers. We focus so much on the victim that we ignore the buyers, and that's exactly what buyers would prefer to have happen.
This is not an Atlanta problem. We have prosecutions ongoing in Edenton, Georgia, where more than 10 men paid for sex with a 14-year-old girl.
We absolutely need people, and we need people throughout the United States that are willing to help. I think the biggest thing you can do is tell 5 people what you've heard today. And then once you tell those 5 people, tell those 5 people to tell 5 people.
When you put faces in these stories, it really touches your heart. What we learned today is we want to help educate people in this arena, because it's an area that many churches today do not talk about, many social organizations do not talk about it.
But I think engaging high net worth families to follow their passion and follow their heart around philanthropy is a tremendously exciting way to address our most intractable and challenging social problems, as they did today with ending sex trafficking.